Okay, this is cool.
Hey, welcome to the Todd and Erin morning stream on GetPartDaily.com. We should check the mountain right away, but tell you what's coming up.
Mountain Camp, of course, brought to you by Black Diamond, experts, electric, plumbing, heating, and air. Okay, this is my favorite headline of the entire week. Bear breaks into Park City home, makes sandwich.
I've got another one. Lighthouse that will kill you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this one. Stealing your own bike back.
And the guy with an entire face tattoo wants to know why he can't find a job. All right, so let's start with the bear in Park City.
This is the most random thing ever, and it was actually random enough that I actually called the Utah Department of Wildlife Resources and said, this was a joke, right? And they went, no, this really happened. A young bear broke into a Park City home. This was on the 12th. He reportedly opened a cookie jar, ate some cookies.
As bears will do.
I didn't even know you could do that with the paws, though.
Bears just crush things.
The jar. But anyway, and then he pulled himself out a loaf of bread and somehow finished some of the meat in the fridge. So he managed to get the door open. He had the bread, he had the meat, he just needed the mayo. But apparently they caught him before that.
And they put it in the picnic basket.
So so they tagged the sucker and then put him back in the wild on the 13th.
He is lucky.
Why?
Because a lot of bears that do stuff like this, they kill them. Or they dispose, or they neutralize. I forget what they call it.
The phrase is never encouraging, whatever it is. But yeah, he was really young, so maybe they thought they could They thought they could change his behaviors.
Hopefully, he had a bad sense of direction and couldn't find his way back to free food.
That could probably. I just love the concept, though. He managed to get the cookie jar open. It's not like they have the opposable thumbs.
They just rip things apart. In Maine, my friend's cabin got hit twice by bears. And they go through they open matchbooks. They open stoves, like doors on stoves, and put their head in. But the nastiest thing they do is they poop everywhere.
Oh, I can imagine.
Everywhere.
Just leaving my mark. Yeah. Now who owns this cabin? I own this cabin. You're like, you can have it now.
Seriously.
Really, it's all yours.
In drawers. Everywhere.
No way, really? In drawers?
And you would think...
That seems like a spite-based gesture to
me. It is. Because then they go through the door. It's not like, I'm going to go through... They just push the sucker over and they run in. And yet they're so delicate, they can poop in a drawer.
I had no idea.
Keep your drawers safe, people.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this. Tell me something good. Are you ready?
Wait, does this start off tragically like the rest?
It's not a hideously tragic story.
All right, go ahead.
It really isn't. There was a nice couple who requested they remain unnamed. I'm not sure why, because they also let us take their picture. But they wanted to elope, and so she was all dressed up, all pretty, and they had an appointment set at the clerk's office. You know, and you don't, in county and city stuff, you make your appointment and you get there. You don't screw around.
It is still special.
So they're ready to go. They're excited, and then they have to call an Uber driver. They're freaked out because they've got a flat tire, and they're stuck on the side of the road. And they call the Uber driver, which is David Scully, and said, "Please, can you come get us? We're going to miss our appointment, and we're all ready to go. We're trying to elope, and the clerk's office is only open for this amount of." He goes, "Yeah, I'll be right there. Don't panic."
Okay.
So he gets there. He throws them in the car, and they're heading for the Cecil County Courthouse. And he said, "You guys okay?" And they went, "Yeah, we're just a little freaked out." And he says, "Do you need anything?" And they went, "Well, we don't have a witness."
Who said, "Do you need anything"?
This is their Uber driver, David.
Got
so they said, "We don't have a witness." He went, "I'll be your witness." So he drives them there, gets out of the car, he goes and acts as their witness, takes the pictures. Everybody's happy. I mean, did you show a picture? Look how sweet they are.
He is uberific.
Look at him just sitting there in his jeans, and they're all cute. And look how pretty she looks. And so while they're like celebrating and they've been all happy, he's already called AAA, and he's used his own account to have them go and fix their tire and get everything set up. And then he drives them back to their car and said, "This is your wedding gift," and make sure his name is signed on the witness line, and gives them their wedding license, and drives off into the sunset.
Go ahead, Lyft. See what you can do like that. Nothing.
I just thought that was so sweet, though.
Uberific.
I mean, of course I'll be your witness. That reminds me a lot of our friends, Tane and Julie. They, this couple is epic. They ride bikes. They're motorcyclists, and they're really cool people. And they were deciding one day when they were driving around northern Utah that they should get married. Just like that. Like, we should get married.
Like today.
So they find the Logan County Courthouse, and they went, "We want to get married." They said, "You have to have witnesses." And so they were looking around. They said, "Is there anyone available?" And there were 5 guys that were doing work release from prison.
Oh, that's right.
Who were working by the side of the road. And they went, hey, can we borrow them for a minute? So the 5 guys who were on work release.
They walked them in
their little orange vests with their trash pickup bags were their sort of vaguely bemused witnesses. And they went, hey, just sign this. They all signed it. They went, okay. Had a sandwich, and then they went back out and started picking up trash on the highway again.
Do you know back east they had to take blood tests before you got married?
To me, like if you're sober or something, or
no,
what?
To make sure you're not related too closely. No, I'm not joking. There were blood tests for getting married.
Now that actually logically seems like it would work more here because we have those family trees that are more like shrubs. So, there's actually a real possibility.
We might not have been able to be married because Erin and I are actually related. My mom came out for our wedding, and she went down to the genealogy place. And
it's a huge genealogy library that the church has.
With a weird look on her face. I'm Scottish. She's Scottish. Both of our families migrated back, and my family were in Gloucester, Massachusetts. Gloucester. We're fishermen.
You were seagoing folk, and we were the merchants.
We were folk.
You were folk.
And you were merchants, and evidently our
I'm
families...
thinking I'm going to have to cancel the bagpiper for the wedding and get a banjo player.
Right. So we're actually related, which explains a lot.
Okay, it's like cousin times 47 removed. Let's not get too weird about this, okay?
Still related. It's against the law.
You're so creepy.
This is kind of cool, and I know they've done this in Salt Lake City, but in Ogden... they have decided they're getting help. The police are getting help from the strangest source, which are...
No, it makes sense, though, if you think about it. Who's in your neighborhood all the time, kind of knows every house because they stop there at least once a week.
Once a week.
Kind of know what cars are on the road and what people go where.
So it's not the postman, although they could do this too.
It's the trash truck drivers. I thought that was such a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked them first, and they said, is this something that you guys feel like you could do? And they went, yeah. So they actually did this whole thing of being certified waste watch drivers.
They're like McGruff, the crime trash
really
dog.
Cool. It's the Waste Watch driver training program, and it teaches the trash collectors how to become the eyes and ears for the community. And they say part of our safety culture is awareness, knowing kind of like already kind of knowing who belongs.
Okay, so they're scanning.
What it's supposed to look like.
They're side clipping cars, but they're scanning for crime.
Isn't that cool? So Vicky Zabriskie is one of them. She's one of the drivers, and she says, I've been working the same route for 18 years.
She knows.
Goes, I've watched kids grow up. I know which cars are there. I know who's who gets packages on a regular basis. I know what people are supposed to go into what houses. And if you think about it, who's better? And also because traditionally it's usually earlier in the day or later in the afternoon.
Right.
They also are at a period there where maybe homeowners aren't home, and they're a better set of eyes than anybody else.
Well, they actually saved someone, too.
I thought this is pretty
cool. There was
a
lady who was being attacked by dogs.
Oh, that's scary.
And she got bit a couple times. And who came to the rescue?
And this was Vicky. She said, I was really actually glad that I was there. And his mom, I guess her son actually drove to the waste management place and said, I really want to meet you and just say thank you because you saved my mom. But it's pretty cool. So it's like, yeah, more crime fighters on the street.
Satisfaction guaranteed or double your trash back. They do have a guarantee. So,
Really?
Blue Apron. Now let's talk about this. The companies that do this, they prep your meals and they drop them at your door. First of all, I don't get how they do it because what if there's chicken in the box and when does it come and what?
Well, they
I'm
obviously
confused.
have them refrigerated or chilled.
But they drop them on your. When do they drop them off at dinner time?
No,
You come home from work, you're working late at work, and you come home and you pick up the box. How long has it been there? You have no idea.
Okay, trust me, it just works. Okay, they have them fixed,
Okay.
so that they can do that.
So, and I think it's a great idea because you're going to cook food that you would never do because there's no time, or maybe it's out of your range, or mostly it's no time. And so the company has been growing, Blue Apron.
Yeah, huge.
Growing until now.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a problem. And the problem is that Amazon said they're going to do it.
So basically, they're screwed now. Once Amazon says I'm doing something, everyone else is like, oh, I guess we're finished.
They are finished.
We'll just go home now and declare bankruptcy.
The stock dropped 11% yesterday.
Oh, that's so sad.
And they had a good thing. Anytime you have something good going, Amazon actually... If Amazon announced they were mowing lawn businesses would go
Every
on.
12-year-old boy is out of luck.
Car wash. done. Everybody just quit. Here comes Amazon.
I do understand, though, about the food delivery thing, though, because that can go horribly wrong. Todd and I used to do this clever thing where we at one place that they were hiring us, it was B98.7, right? And the general manager, we wanted to impress him, so we sent him, there's 1-800-LOBSTER. So you dial 1-800-LOBSTER, you order lobsters, and they deliver lobsters to them. And so we
Excuse me, it's lobster grams.
Oh, and well, there's two. But in any case, and then on the card we said, together we're going to claw our way to the top because it's...
Oh, that's rich.
So anyway, we delivered it, and he was very excited. He thought it was such a great idea. So
well, wait a minute. He didn't know what it was, and he put it in the fridge.
No. Okay, go on.
He didn't know what it was. He put it in the fridge. He worked late. He said, oh, they sent me some food. And then he went to the fridge, and there was a live critter there.
There's 3 live critters. They were playing together. But in any case, so he thought that was such a good idea, he decided to do it for our National Corporation's vice president.
Which is a great idea.
So he sent it to him, except for the National Corporation vice president was out of town. So by the time he got back home and he brought it in and he put it down and he opened it, it was the smell of lobster that's been sitting on your doorstep for a week and a half.
And if you've ever had a lobster on your doorstep for a week and a half, you know that it's unpleasant.
It wasn't the greeting and present, I think, that our general manager, Eric, was hoping for.
There is not enough melted butter to save that.
No. Not
Ever.
No.
So I'm so sorry, Blue Apron and Amazon. If Amazon said they were going to clean pools, the industry's over.
It's all over. Yeah, pretty
over.
much. All right, we got to go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It's brought to you by Think and McGregor. Mortgages made simple. Just go to think/McGregor.com for more information. Also by Executive Transportation, a beautiful Escalade ready to carry you anywhere along the Wasatch Front you need to go by contacting executiveutah.com for a ride. And Black Diamond Experts. That's electric, plumbing, heating, and air with 24-hour service. Good morning, dear Daisy. What is going on?
Here's what's making headlines Tuesday, July 18th on GephardtDaily.com. Utah Senator Mike Lee appears to have put a nail in the coffin of the newly proposed GOP healthcare plan. Lee announced late Monday that he does not support the current version of the Better Care Reconciliation Act and will vote no on the Senate health bill. In addition to not repealing all of the Obamacare taxes, it doesn't go far enough in lowering premiums for middle-class families, nor does it create enough free space from the most costly Obamacare regulations, Lee said. Lee's defection, along with others, likely seals this bill's fate amid growing calls for a bipartisan approach to crafting a new comprehensive health care bill. Salt Lake City police have identified a couple which died in a possible murder-suicide in the Sugar House area early Sunday morning. They've been identified as 55-year-old Nancy May and her 64-year-old husband Mark May. Investigators were called to a 2-story residence near 1650 Wasatch Circle about 12:20 a.m. after a woman found her mother and father deceased inside. Police have yet to reveal how the couple died. The investigation is ongoing. And there's some good news today for folks in Alpine, where the so-called water tower fire is now 60% contained and no longer threatening structures. 25 homes had to be evacuated Saturday night, but folks have now been returned to their homes. The 400-acre blaze is believed to have been started by target shooters. And now a look at the Wasatch Front weather, where triple-digit temperatures will continue to mimic the recesses of Satan's fiery subterranean empire before cooling just a wee bit. We should hit 100 again on Tuesday, 97 Wednesday, and 94 on Thursday, which sounds like heaven to me. All of it under mostly sunny skies. That's it for now. More headlines 24/7 on GephardtDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, my lovely Daisy. Okay, Black Diamond Experts. The reason why they call themselves experts is because they've got like this realm of expertise that is rather spectacular. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air. Now, the reason why you want to know this is because one of these 4 things traditionally tends to go horribly wrong in your household. And we all know that when one of those things goes horribly wrong in your household, it pretty much derails everything until it's fixed, which is why they have 24-hour service. Now, the nice thing about Black Diamond Experts is, number 1, you get an expert who shows up at the house. Number 2, they're licensed, bonded, and insured. And number 3, you get the bid. They tell you what it's going to cost. And then when you pay it, it's exactly what the bid was. I don't think one of us has escaped having somebody come in and go, oh, yeah, it's going to be this much. And then when you get the bill, it's usually like twice as much. And they go, well, late fees and the service fee and blah, blah. No, that doesn't work with these guys. They're not going to do that to you. So if you want something fixed properly, you want it to be fixed promptly, especially if you're waist deep in something in your basement, these would be the guys you call. Now, you can go to blackdiamondexpert.com to learn more about what they do. But they're amazing guys. And they're there, they're fast, and they're yours. Black Diamond Experts.
I think social media is so great because it brings people together. If someone's having a hard time, I've brought stuff from the pharmacy to people who are online with us on Facebook. Said I really need some help.
That was wonderful. I love that you did that. Still, I don't know why.
And
it was so cool.
You see someone who needs help, and it's like someone says, "Hey, are there any jobs? Is anybody hiring?" And we're like, we know people, and we're like jumping on. Other people are jumping on. Hey, you can go try this. And there was a gentleman, and this is Australia. His name is Mark Krupp, and he's 19 years old now. 19 years old now. He was in prison. Armed robbery. Ew. Okay, but
yeah, but he was 19. He obviously.
No, that's not an excuse for armed robbery.
It's not at all. But what I'm saying is obvious that he had a kind of a rough start in life. I'm not just saying, no, you're 19, so you can rob a bank. That is fine. That's not how I meant it.
Okay.
Shut up.
I love you.
You shut up.
You shut up. So basically, here's the cool thing. He was in prison with his brother because the family who robs together. And so as
he
a
wants
favor,
to go to prison without your brother.
Right. Well, the 19-year-old guy, Mark, he was like, you know what? I'm going to leave my life of crime behind. And it was a devastating life. And so he thought, you know what I need is a tattoo to remind me. Because his nickname was Devastat 8.
Oh, that's a bad
So his brother stepped up, as brothers do, and said, you know what, Mark, I can help you with that. And so what he did is he helped him with his tattoo on his face.
Oh, good Lord.
And so he got a full face tattoo.
Like he's got something written on his eyebrow and then the whole face.
You know what's
underneath,
good?
Nose up.
You know what's good about this?
Yeah.
Because it's his brother. You know how brothers pick on each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have done punch me.
I don't think it could be much worse than that. I've got to be completely honest with you.
So here comes social media. So he goes online. He says, listen, I'm having a hard time getting work. You think?
If the armed robbery conviction doesn't knock him out of the park,
His face
I'm pretty
will.
much sure the tattoo does.
Now, you would think.
I'm not. It's just. It seems like a poor life choice.
He's not allowed.
A series of poor life choices, but okay.
They're devastating, is what they are.
They're very devastating.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think, first of all, bank teller's out, because that's what he robbed.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe see the other side, the yin and the yang of that. So he went out and he said, listen, I really want to do this, and I want to get better, and I want to make all this stuff. And here it comes. Social media steps up in his local area. 41 people, which is cool. And a lot of places are welcoming to people getting out of prison, and because they've had a run-in or whatever, and they give everybody a shot.
We'll give you a second chance.
Right? And so that's basically what happened. And it was great. And he got a list and it was all crazy, and he said, you know, that's really not what I'm looking for. He turned them down.
Poor life choice number 1,
was
armed robbery. Poor life choice number 2, I'm going to tattoo my entire face.
And then?
Poor life choice number 3, I was thinking more like male model.
I'm thinking
Okay.
something special. How do you do that? How do you get 41 job opportunities and say none of them are good enough for you?
That's adorable.
All right, we have to say thank you, by the way.
I think that's important, though, a series of poor life choices. It's nice to show that our impressionable, innocent youth.
Here we are.
What could happen?
Not marriage-wise, because no.
No. Yeah, just
everything else.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, the big thank you. This is from Christopher's Prime Steakhouse and Executive Transportation. They wanted to join us in telling you thank you so much. Just being here with us, it means so much to us, and the fact that you followed us through, and that you've sustained, controlled your nausea long enough to watch the morning stream, and we love you for that. So if you are watching today, all you need to do to enter to win dinner for 4 at Christopher's and then limo service from Executive Transportation is just go to one of our Facebook pages. You can go to Executive Transportations. You can go to Todd and Erin's. You can go to Get Part Daily or Get Part Approved. Just like and comment on the show today, share, and boom, you're done. And you're entered. And then on Friday, we shall draw another winner. It's just that simple.
I am going to tell you and Erin a dream place to live in Scotland by the ocean that you don't want to live. Next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at getpartdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
So I'm looking. And Erin, you're going to love this because you love Scotland, right?
Are you kidding? I'm so excited.
All right, so I will now describe to you an island in the ocean off of Scotland that's now for sale for £325.
Well, we're Scottish. Wait, it's only £325.
Thousand.
Oh, that's different. So it's about $500,000. Okay.
It's remote. There are no neighbors. You get there by boat or helicopter.
It's in Scotland. We're Scottish. That would be so cool because my castle doesn't have a roof on it. We don't have anywhere to live.
Do you know why our castles, both of ours, the MacLean of Duart and the Fraser? Well, Fraser's because they burned it down because they gave up the entire company in the war. But for me,
Are you talking about the time we betrayed William Wallace? That was a couple of billion centuries ago.
Freedom!
Maybe you could let it go, okay, pal?
Right, stop it. And basically, a lot of the castles don't have roofs because they tax buildings that have roofs on them. And being Scottish, who wants to pay taxes?
I'd rather live in my castle in the rain than pay you a penny. Yes, children have all died of pneumonia, but you're not getting a penny from me.
Your weather report today, I already know.
Now tell me more about this. So there's an island. It's off Scotland. It's magnificent, and it costs $500,000.
And it's got a lighthouse.
Oh, I love lighthouses.
29-acre estate.
That's exquisite. I'd die for that. Look at that.
Perfect? 6 bedrooms, cottage, plus courtyard, and the lighthouse tower. It was built in 1843. Isn't this idyllic so far?
That's
idyllic?
Beautiful.
Idyllic.
Isn't
Isn't it
that
cool
is beautiful.
so far?
I love this. Mm-hmm. I want it.
And it is powered with solar, earth-friendly, and a wind turbine.
I want it.
I know. It needs a little TLC.
Most lighthouses probably do.
Okay.
There's a certain amount of upkeep there, you know.
I am now going to tell you something, and I want you to tell me if this would kill the deal for you.
Okay.
Okay. In 1960, the lighthouse keeper, Hugh Clark, was murdered on the island by a visitor.
Ooh. Okay.
Who cares, right?
Oh, wait, that was the big thing?
That was it. I mean, a little bleach,
okay, sure.
A little bleach in a bucket, right? And you didn't know him.
Wait, that was like the big deal?
That's the big deal, right? And I'm like,
they're acting like that's the big like fly in the ointment. No one's going to take it because of that.
And when did the Scots become pansies? That's all I'm going to say.
I'm a little shocked.
I am way shocked.
That was the big deal.
That's the big deal.
No, I was building up because you go 1960. I'm waiting like for mass murder and like pets to explode.
And I'm not sure because we're selling our house. We're looking for new houses, so we're going on tours and stuff like that. Are they required to tell you?
In Utah, you are required to tell if there has been a murder in the house. I think it might even be, no, it's not a death, but it is a murder if there had been.
It's a murder.
Because very, very awfully, sadly, there was something that happened just one street over from
We were
us,
thinking about the house.
where a young man killed his parents and himself. So,
Right.
But you are legally required as that realtor to tell.
If you're asked.
No, you're legally required to say it. You have to disclose it.
We were wondering why the price didn't drop.
Really? God, that was sensitive, honey. That was beautiful.
It's not my job to be sensitive. So that's...
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. But it's like the
You're
big deal.
exceptionally horrible today.
Am I? I think I'm
Yes.
just normal. But it's so weird. It's like that wouldn't drop
Janet
the
was all
price.
excited. She goes, maybe there's a ghost. That would be cool. And Wendy's like, I'm with this. And Karen's like, look, there's
On
your
Facebook,
fixer-upper.
right?
Facebook Live, yeah. Karen's like, this is a perfect fixer-upper for us.
And it's not like somebody can come and get you. You're on an island.
And I don't want to be mean, but it was one pesky murder, okay? I've seen a few of those. Well, not personally, but I mean, okay.
What?
Well, I didn't say I'd done any of them. But we've looked at houses
You witnessed one?
No, but we've looked at houses where
You said plural.
we've looked at houses where there had been murders before. I lived in Virginia. Everybody's killed somebody in a house there. Come on. Are you kidding?
Because of the age of the house.
Yeah. Okay, no, I used to do
Sick
I used to
puppy.
dress up and do historical tours because back in the 1800s, the only way a woman had any kind of a power because she would transfer from her dad to her husband.
She would kill people.
Well, when you're a widow, you get all the money. And there would be a lot of men dying of stomach complaint because, the food would spoil there.
They poison
Quickly.
people.
There would be like botulism. There'd be unfortunate episodes of botulism, and then you're a wealthy widow.
And this is why I cook in the house instead of her.
And there was one house where they did call her the Black Widow because she tragically lost 6 husbands.
Right. That was so sad. Not really.
Not
it
for
was
her.
scary.
Not for her.
All
But
right.
it's not like a deal breaker. It is.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
no, okay, I think you're really taking this off course. I'm not saying I've killed anybody. I'm not advocating murdering anybody. I'm just saying that's not a deal breaker for a house.
I'm going Google on your name and crime. And see
Okay,
what
now you're just overreacting again.
All right. So
All right,
anyway,
let's move on to something more
all right.
interesting, shall we?
Sometimes you have to take the law, and I know they always say don't do it, but take the law into your own hands.
Well, do you remember a couple of days ago we were talking about the fact that no joke, like if your bike got stolen, just go down to the Rio Grande area and look for it. And some girl actually had her $5,000 mountain bike stolen twice. And she had gone down there with her boyfriend and you have my bike!
How good do you have to be at cycling to have a $5,000 bike? And if it does, should have an engine on it so you can go up the hills easier. That's just my thought.
The important thing is this has happened again, and Jenny Morton Humphreys was really frustrated. She's just like, you've got to be kidding, you stole my bike. And this is how she found out, is because someone was advertising it for sale on Facebook, and she looked at it and went, that's my bike.
Okay, so
That's totally my bike. I know this bike.
So a lot of people say, well, what about the police? The police have a lot bigger things to do than just go chase down your bike, and plus it's impossible.
Well, the
and
sad
plus
thing is-
99% of people who get their bike stolen will never find them. But
Well, it's sad because she said
smart.
she actually contacted the police and said, this is my bike, this is Facebook, it's being advertised here.
Yeah.
They went, well, look, we really suggest you try not to go get it because that's, and we can't accompany you, which to me, I was like, but it's right here.
They're taking care of murders.
I know.
Car
so she said, I
accidents.
pretended to be interested and asked silly questions about the bike.
Oh, on
so
the
she went,
texting and
yeah,
stuff?
so then she went down to take a look at it. She goes, I made sure I had nothing, no possessions or anything, so that I wouldn't have anything of value. And so I had a set of fake keys, and I said, here, I just want to write it. So here, hold on to my keys.
To the car?
What he thought they were. And so I said, I just need to let me just fix the seat because it's a little bit high. I wobbled a little bit so it didn't look like I knew what I was doing.
And
then I took off. I took off
Perfect.
in a big freaking hurry, so she
Oh
took
my
it
gosh.
straight home. And the funny thing is that so her accomplice, who actually did have the keys to the car, got back in the car. This guy's like, "Your girl's stealing my bike! You're stealing!" And he's like, "It's her bike!" Like through the crack in the window, and then
bite
drove
me.
off.
Oh, that is so funny. The keys is the thing.
I know, like
Here.
hold my keys
Here,
as a
these.
safeguard.
That is perfect.
Good for her.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
I'm sorry, let's be honest, okay? Oh, this is the funny thing. When she took it home, she found out that it had been spruced up probably to sell. Someone had even fixed the guy who stole it had even fixed the broken light on the front. So she's,
Perfect.
thanks.
So we were sitting at home. The emergency broadcast system lights up on our TV screen. I know that because Zoe says, "Where's SpongeBob? What the hell's going on?" And
She didn't realize, our 6-year-old didn't say the word hell.
ran in because I'm like a weather dude. I
I think the phrase is nerd.
I like extreme weather. I actually, during hurricanes, watch the Weather Channel. So anyway, off it goes, and it's actually my friend's voice, which is kind of weird. And he talks about Tooele, and it's moving this way into Salt Lake City at 40 miles an hour.
Dangerous, deadly thunderstorms.
I grab my GoPros, and I'm going, get the kids in the car. And she goes, and Erin's like, why are we doing this? I goes, because we're storm chasers, that's why. And so we get the kids in the car. Everyone gets belted in. The GoPros are charged and ready to happen, okay? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go up on the bench, Shoreline Trail area, right? Shoot over the valley, and this thing's rolling through, and it's great. And then Erin says, let's get some chicken first.
Well, the kids were hungry.
You know nothing about storm chasing. Like, the weather's going to stop while we go to KFC, and suddenly, then we'll go find that weather.
Well, that way you could get low blood sugar and then you pass out.
Stop for chicken. Here we go. Look it. There you go. Storm chasing Todd.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Look at that.
And we didn't have chicken first. We went and did that first.
Then we got the chicken.
Well,
I've never seen you look so offended. You're just like, we're storm chasers. You can't get chicken. It's like, well, can't we do both?
It's like starting a war and
that
saying...
actually does look really good.
It's like saying we're going to start a war, but, first we're going to get a pedicure. We're going to take our time.
So he set all of his cameras. Then we went down to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we got a gigantic thing of extra crispy. And we all sat up on the hill, and
we're attacked.
The meat bees started attacking us. You know, the wasps, those horrible ones. Hornets that go after you. But here's the bright thing. We're in the middle of a dangerous thunderstorm, so...
On a parked metal bench.
Thinking about this, logically, it does remind me now that this was probably ill-advised, but we sat out on the open hillside where the wind was fierce,
right,
eating our chicken, because the meat bees couldn't come up to us then.
Because it was blowing like crazy.
So we thought that was a rather brilliant idea, and right up to the point when I realized we're sitting on an open, exposed hill
on a
in
bench
a lightning storm.
Made of metal.
With my children.
Storm chasing.
But the chicken was delicious.
It's wonderful.
Seriously, you're obsessed with the mashed potatoes, and Zach and Zoe are like, it was so good. I'm sorry that every now and then you just have to have one of those moments, those savage.
Our girl was actually the one who came up with it. We should have Kentucky Fried Chicken, and once you say the words,
you know that you have to.
You have to go
right?
do it.
You want it right now, don't you?
Have you ever
you want it?
11 spices. You ever lose your luggage? Do you know how frustrating that is? How about a whole plane full of people? We'll tell you coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com?
Malindo Air Flight.
I've never heard of Malindo Air Flight before.
No, they were on the tarmac, sitting there. Everybody's on the plane ready to go to Brisbane, and they're...
Brisbane.
That one too. It's right next door, and they're all excited about it. But they're on the tarmac. And It's 2 hours, but they were fixing the 3 bathrooms. So then you have to say, that's okay, right?
Yeah, we'd prefer you wait and get that taken care of.
Because no one wants to be on a plane when that goes bad.
No.
So basically, they're on the tarmac.
Okay.
And they've got 3 technicians out there on ladders, and they're working on this thing. And they're trying to keep them happy, and trying to make them, jovial and not.
Here's some snacks.
Don't pee. And they've got, because the technicians are down below. And so they finally take off. And they we're gone. That place I didn't pronounce correctly. And they land, and they go to the carousel to pick up their luggage. And it's not there. 63 people.
The entire plane? They lost the luggage for the entire plane?
They just didn't put it on.
Well, but that you do that, though. There's like a crew that goes, here's the flight.
Right.
Here's all the luggage for the people.
Right.
It's like a...
Let's go down the checklist.
Consistent...
Let's go down the checklist. Plane. Pilot.
Gas is
Gas.
in the plane.
That's a good one. Gas is a good one.
That's a good one.
And there's
Passengers
there's
on the plane.
Something missing.
In-flight snacks, got those set.
Something missing. What would it? Blue water in the toilets. There's still something missing. What would it be?
They forgot
The luggage.
to put the luggage on the plane.
Do you remember back when the service was great on airlines? Here's a stupid story. We've got our kids. We've got our black bag, which matches every other black bag in the world. We're at Logan Airport. I grab the bags.
Boston.
In Boston, and we grab the luggage, throw it in the rental car, take off for Maine. 2-hour drive. We get there. I unzip it, and
It's got a nice old lady's clothes in it.
It's not our bag.
But it's also not my children's diapers and
So I called.
milk and
We had our
stuff.
babies with us, and I called
Yeah.
Delta, and I said, I think I have the wrong bag, and what I'm looking for is this bag. And they said, we have that bag, and now we need to get the other bag from you, and we'll bring you your bag. 2 hours away from the airport, in a place that the roads didn't even have names. There was no GPS back then, and it was through these dirt roads and stuff. And guess who shows up?
That was eerie.
the
We look
guy-
outside, there's a nice Delta van. He goes, here's your luggage. I'll take the nice old lady's bag back.
And you know, on the way to the car, he goes, what a stinking moron. You know he did. But they did that. They came.
That was pretty amazing.
That's over. Now they charge you for bags.
Oh, let's not be bitter.
I am bitter.
All right, look, let's just go back to Daisy in the Gebhardt Daily Newsroom. She's brought to you by Fink & McGregor. It's mortgages made simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. They've actually got the 4-minute mortgage challenge. You can sign up right there and see if you're a good candidate. It's amazing. Executive Transportation. Our friend March will take you anywhere in style and a fabulous price. Just go to executiveutah.com to book your ride. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. 24-hour service because something's going to explode at some point at 2 a.m. in the morning. That would be allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, what's going on?
Hello again, Todd and Erin. Here's a look at world news headlines on GebhardtDaily.com. A government watchdog group will publicly release visitor logs of President Donald Trump's South Florida residence, Mar-a-Lago. Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington won the right to access and publish the logs after filing a lawsuit along with Columbia University. The group says the public has a right to know exactly who visits Trump's luxurious Palm Beach, Florida estate. The Trump administration says Iran is living up to the nuclear agreement signed by the U.S. and Tehran last year. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson officially notified Congress of Iran's compliance, although he was quick to point out that the country, quote, remains one of the most dangerous to U.S. interests and regional stability, unquote. The State Department was required to tell Congress by Monday whether Iran was adhering to an agreement which was signed by 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council after years of negotiations. And Olympic gold medalist and reality star Caitlyn Jenner says she is considering running for the U.S. Senate representing the state of California. Jenner, a transgender activist formerly known as Bruce Jenner, says she plans to make a decision within 6 months. The 67-year-old lifelong Republican lives in Malibu and is a supporter of President Donald Trump. That's it for this edition of World Headlines. For more news from around the globe and here at home, go to GebhardtDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Daisy, I love the big wavy hair today, by the way. It is gorgeous. All right, so
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
the science of kissing.
Science
And
of
it's
kissing.
interesting,
Watch
the
this.
scientists
Watch
have
this.
spent-
We're married.
Okay.
Watch this. Okay, right there.
Wait, you're not even going to follow through?
Kissing interruptus.
No.
No, watch again. Slow
Follow
motion.
through. All right. Now.
See that? You see this right here?
What?
Most people, as the initiator, tips their head to the right.
Oh, we did automatically tip to the right.
And we always do.
I didn't even think of that.
You go like this, it's like you're kissing someone else.
I
Doesn't
didn't-
it? Tip your head. It feels weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah.
both left-handed, so you would think we'd head
Doesn't
in from the
matter.
left.
Doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed.
You come in from the right. Is
Right.
there a
Here,
science?
read right there. Yeah, it's science.
Dr.
evidently.
Michael Preutz, who's from the Department of Psychology at the University of Bath. Daisy, it's Bath, England, said the study is unique in giving us a look into a private behavior and a private culture with implications for all people. Prior works could not rule out cultural learning due to having Western samples. It turns out that we humans are similar even if our social values differ. I guess it's because the act of kissing is determined by the brain splitting up tasks in its different hemispheres. That's similar to being either right or left-handed. This is specific to the functions in the left cerebral hemisphere, which is location in the emotion and decision-related areas of the brain. So levels of
takes
the
the
hormones,
fun out of it, doesn't it?
levels of the hormones distribute unevenly, so that makes the bias to the right. Isn't that interesting? But worldwide, it doesn't matter whether you're in a remote jungle tribe in the Amazon or if you're sitting at a table in Salt Lake City, you're heading to the right.
And think about this too.
It's interesting.
In the cultures that you kiss, in every movie, when you kiss like da 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 da, in every movie, think about it. They always start here and then kiss here, here, and here.
That really seems like an excessive amount of kissing to me.
Not at all.
Just once on the cheek seems fine.
No, if it's your brother, that'd be gross. Be gross. Or if you just played basketball, that would be horrible.
All right.
Oh, coming up next. A selfie that cost $200,000. It wasn't even with someone else. $200,000 coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
Okay.
I'm feeling this weird mental disconnect from my husband today. Several times, in fact.
Right. We have had if you've been following along, we had our house for sale, and we have sold our house, which is cool.
It's very exciting, except for the fact that we have to go somewhere now.
Right.
Now, my brother's a real estate developer, so we were hoping that he would come up with something for us, because that looking for ourselves would involve effort. But so far, nothing's popped up.
Except for her mom's basement.
My mother's basement is excellent.
See the face? Look at the face.
My mother's basement has excellent ceiling clearage.
Look at the face. It's very positive. Very positive face. Positive face. So anyway, we got to meet, and I think this is taboo, that you're not supposed to meet the buyers. We're closing like Friday.
I do think the realtors try to keep you separate, but they've been in a couple of times, because if you want to buy a house,
They've been stalking.
You kind of go in there and look around.
They've been stalking the house too, walking up and down the street.
And they're adorable. They're the cutest couple. But anyway, so they said, hey, can we come in Monday for just a little while? We just have a contractor coming with
Because it kills you, right? Doesn't it kill you? It's like you go, you love the house, maybe you go back again. Oh, maybe you go back again. But it absolutely kills me.
I think this was the third time, but I totally get it.
To be in the house. So we grabbed the kids.
So we said, sure. And we've talked about this phenomena before, but any other time in the world, you can be out of the house for days at a time and not think once about it. But for 60 minutes, when you can't be in your house, suddenly you feel homeless. So we were right there at noon, right on the dot, ready to get back in the house.
Plus, there's a cleaning frenzy to make the house look like we don't live there. And somebody with culture and taste lives there, decluttered.
Yeah.
So
we came right on time. They were just a little bit late, so they were coming out with the realtor.
So off we go in our car that doesn't have any air conditioning because it's broke, and so we're driving around and trying to go fast enough to get the wind, and it's a convection oven, and so they went in at 11:15 or so, going in for an hour. It was not even noon, and Erin says,
We're going in now.
I go, you can't. They're
Drive
still
up
there.
the driveway and let them know. We're coming in.
Still our house.
So they come out and they're adorable.
They're
the
nice.
cutest couple, and they're beautifully dressed. And one's from London, and he looks like Zayn from One Direction, and it's totally. And he said the word cheeky, which is oh my God, he said cheeky.
So this is taboo.
And we're sitting on the lawn talking to them, and they're just lovely. But the realtor's with him.
Realtor's freaking out because he was laughing. We were joking around. And he would laugh like this. Because the meeting, because something could be said. something could happen. The deal could go
We
down.
could somehow offend each other, or somebody would say something like, your bathroom is hideous, and like, that's it, it's over with. And I do get his point, because he's just like,
Right.
everything's been
Just
going
wants
really well up to this point, and
just-
if one of you screws this up,
Just wants his commission.
poor man.
But it worked out really well, and then
But he did. He looked like it was a Malox moment. That poor. I felt really guilty.
he's trying to step in and stop the conversation a couple times.
Okay, we got to go now.
But
We
Erin's
do.
thing about we're going back, it's our damn house. And
At
we
least for
did
the
kind
next
of
10 days.
We did kind of chase him out. We did kind of chase him out of the house.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So,
right.
speaking of our speaking of our house, we have a lot of dog walkers, don't we? We have a huge amount of dogs, don't we? Walking around.
That's a real subtle tie-in to the story.
Well,
It's smooth. You were just. I was like, okay.
fat dogs.
No, okay, think about it. Do you remember those and they were god awful. They were horrible. I remember this because one of my friends had to go. There were actually fat camps, at least when we were kids. I don't think they have them anymore, or maybe they're subtly designed as fitness camps or something. But they were horrible. It was like juvenile detention for being overweight. And like I said, my friend Christina had to go to one, and they were awful. And it's basically you would throw your kid in there, and they were expected to lose 20 pounds by the end of summer. So basically, it made your one moment out from school a living hell. And and she came back 20 pounds thinner, and she was bitter, and then she gained it all back again because it was a horrible, horrible summer. Well, they're doing the same thing now, but it's for dogs. And I figure that's okay because dogs pretty much get their whole time off anyway. It's not like summer really matters for them. So they've now got fat camps for dogs.
Okay. All right.
For instance, this guy, Puff Pastry.
Is that the name of the dog?
Yeah, he's 60 pounds overweight.
Well, that's kind of giving you a bad thought.
He's 60 pounds overweight,
Right.
and they said he should be weighing about 25 pounds. So since he can't even walk 10 feet without getting tired.
We're not talking about the dog you're seeing right now. That's
Puff
just an
Pastry.
example. Puff Pastry. First of all, I have a question. May I? If you name your dog after a fattening dessert, strike one. Number two, if your dog's overweight, it's your fault because dogs don't make food.
Well,
They wait for it to go in a bowl that you put there.
Well, this kills me. Did you know there's an actual association for this? It's the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention. And they say that 50% of cats and dogs in the United States are overweight. So this is why...
Wait, how many?
50%. So this is why the new industry has been spawned of fat camps for dogs. And you literally send your pet to fat camp, and they do a lot of walking and exercise and stuff. And then when you come...
Because, you haven't. That's number 3.
So when you come back to pick up the dog, they lecture you on healthy eating habits for your pet, and then they start introducing you to different ways to exercise the animal so that that weight stays off. So now there are fat camps for dogs.
What was the name of that dog again?
Puff Pastry.
They changed it. It's now Kale.
I think I'd kill myself. The dog's like, I don't want to live anymore. It's never mind. It's
Named
okay.
after pastry.
Now explain this selfie thing to me, because this is I'm trying to explain how this is $200,000.
You know the person. You know the person who takes all the selfies and sends them. It's when they're dressed up, or when they're with someone famous, or we've even sent selfies with desserts, where the whole dessert here. And it's gone overboard for this one person. This is in Los Angeles, and there was an art show going on. And basically, if you could picture this, a big room with these pillars, not pillars, what do they call them?
The stands?
Stands. Square, white
Podiums.
stands, podiums. And then they had art on each one. And they were all in a square, right? And it was just great.
Very elegant then.
There's also pictures on the wall. We can show that. There's a picture on a wall, and one of the ladies said, I need a selfie of this. And so,
look at the design. That's really interesting. Yeah.
So see how they're all... Now, if you look at the right-hand column, you notice anything about... You've got left to right. You got nice row, nice row, nice
Sure.
row. What's wrong with the fourth row?
Oh my God, what happened?
They used to be standing up.
What happened?
See the lady in the back corner? The one hiding?
Yeah.
Well, there's a piece of art on that wall, and she wanted a selfie, and because it was so high on the wall, she got down on her hands and knees and took the photo and then bumped the first... This is like a movie.
Oh
She
my
bumped-
God, it's like dominoes.
And she, in each one of those had a piece of art on it.
Seriously?
Yeah. and they were, what was the phrase they used? Permanently damaged.
Yeah, because they fell off.
She
knocked over an entire row of the podiums.
And the good thing was on the security cam, because that's, Your Honor, I give you the video.
So she basically trashed $200,000 worth of art.
Original art pieces.
You know, it almost seems, I can't even condemn her because it seems like something I would have done. I mean, it's
not over
my
a
level of
selfie.
coordination. Well, no, not selfies because I have zero interest in what I look like. But I mean, it seems like something clumsy I would do. But it's just like that poor woman.
All right, so
I mean, that poor woman.
So Bill Gephardt, is a sailing man.
What is the name of the sailboat?
What? Hang on one second.
Bill, he has it out at the Great Salt Lake. Bill's boat? It's a delightful sailboat.
I will give some suggestions. The ecstasy. Okay.
Really?
All right.
Bill, you should do better
So,
than
do you
that.
have a list? This is a.
Well,
if you have a boat, by the way, and you have any of, I'm going to give you the bad ones. She's got some good ones.
Oh no! These are all truly horrifying because people go overboard and they're trying to like. I got to be super clever.
You do
I got to
one,
do
I'll
like
do
a
one.
play on words.
Like sandwich, sandwich.
How about real awesome? REEL awesome.
Yay, boy.
Hey boy, I like that.
Buoy.
BYOUY.
Right.
I love that. I think that's so funny.
Fat arse. What?
That doesn't
Fat
seem nice.
arse.
Hookers. Because that's because. Yeah.
A boat time.
A what?
A boot time.
Oh, get it? Because it's.
Sounds Canadian.
That's hideous.
Sounds Canadian.
This one is really lame. It's all about the Monet. M-O-N, the artist. It's like a bad pun that blends the name of the French Impressionist painter with a little gangster rap classic. So, with the, along with the "my boat is expensive" sentiment.
Seize the day, as in see the day. Peer pressure. These are horrible.
Oh, I love this. My missed stress, like mistress.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Not really.
Great. No.
She got the house. That's actually funny.
That's actually pretty cute.
That's funny.
Oh, and this is my favorite. The Original Sin 2.
Oh, no.
You're like, wait,
No.
isn't there just one? Can you do something for the first time twice?
Tail chaser. Fish and chicks.
That's actually pretty cute.
Dirty little oars.
That's cute.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to end there.
Sea deuce.
Dirty little oars.
Dirty little oars.
All right.
That's cute.
Well, thanks for joining us today on the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on GephartDaily.com. We want to thank you for doing this. If you want, where else can they sit? Because we had the Christopher giveaway.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Once again, just stop by any of our Facebook pages. That would be the Todd and Erin Facebook page, Executive Transportation Facebook page, Gephardt Approved, or Gephardt Daily. We'd love to have you win.
So last night we were storm chasers, and we're going to leave you with the valley with the storm rolling through last night.
You get the pictures, we keep the KFC chicken.
See you tomorrow.